So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we rise now for the Egyptian national anthem. Well, that was impressive. Match that. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy, Rodrigo de Paul, is one of the very best when it comes to moving the ball into the final third, and the stats back that up. He's so good at breaking lines, he just seems to know instinctively the spaces he can exploit.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Well, we're on the way. De Paul. McAllister. De Paul. And it's Messi. De Paul! It's a loose ball. Could be danger here. Salah. McAllister shifted upfield. Simeone looking to run onto it. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Paredes. Tagliafico. Egypt still without a single shot on target. And here's Mohamed Salah. That has found him in acres of space. Mohamed Salah. Chance for a shot! Looking for a decent ball in. That's tidy. Simeone was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Muscular approach does pay off here. Romero aim forwards. Mohamed Salah. Egypt to retain the ball, but are seemingly in no rush to break forward. I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And here's Marmoush. Played into the middle. And that's the keeper's ball. Messi. McAllister. And it's Messi. Now this could be a chance. Alvarez! It's anyone's ball now. And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first half thoughts?
Egypt, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Simeone absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Paredes. That has been cut short. McAllister. Tagliafico. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Egypt couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. McAllister, and it's lofted through here. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. And here's Mohamed Salah. It's run loose here. Trezeguet. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Alvarez goes for goal! Lacking in accuracy.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Tagliafico makes the interception. Martinez. Marmoush. And Marmoush!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Alvarez.
Argentina really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Trezeguet. Proves too strong. Trezeguet. Can he latch on to this?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner. Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. And it's Salah. Nice physical challenge. Nicely intercepted. Picks it up out wide. Gets into some space. Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. Back into the middle. Salah. Played into space out wide. Chance! Oh, that's incredible! Finally, finally, finally! Simplicity itself.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
The changes then in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking...
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely.
A warm welcome to all of you on this utterly glorious day. Positive vibes all around us, nigh on perfect conditions. There is a thrilling football match in prospect here, and we will be getting underway very shortly. Here is the national anthem of Morocco. Quite some performance, and now here comes the response. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Olise, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in that position on the right-hand side. I don't want to see him moved anywhere else in the team because he's expert in that area. And I think the next phase in his career now is to start scoring more goals. He's already pretty proficient at that, but he's good enough to add many more goals to his game, and he could do some damage here too.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. And already we're underway here. Zaire Emery looks to the other side. Cherki. Mbappe, played out to the right. Oh, what a climb! And he thumps it clear. Brahim Diaz. El Kanous. Brahim Diaz. El Kanous. Unahi. Brahim Diaz. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Diaz. Lovely feet. El Kanous. Morocco still without a single shot on target. Unahi. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Hakimi. Not offside that time. Unahi. Rabiot.
France, well, Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they? Yeah. He's had a shot! Goal! France! And France are in front!
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
France have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Cherki. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Mbappe. And here's Dembele. Mbappe. Mbappe! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
And it's been taken short. So who's he picking out? He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Cleared away. Cherki. And here's Mbappe. And he shoots! In he goes again! He's in a good position, and the shot! And again! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. And the first 45 minutes are up. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Morocco can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Mbappe, great chance! Defending of the desperate variety. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Aimed in towards the centre. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Mbappe aimed forwards. And he's lost his man here. He's one-on-one! And the shot! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Dembele just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Unahi wins the duel this time. Saliba. Mbappe. Spread out to the left. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, they could break here. Oh, well measured. He's having a shot! Olise was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Dembele, little doubt, that is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. No, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, that is Chucky! And yes, it's there! And surely now, the results are beyond doubt. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
France are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
That'll be a throw. El Canous, decent chance! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
It's a good effort. You can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Real chance! Rabiot. Saliba, and it's played forward. Thinks one through. And that's a simple one for the keeper. El Canous. Good ball, good take. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Dembele. He's got away. It's Dembele!
Dembele really looked...
And time is up. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Morocco simply forgot to turn up with an attack, Peter, and that lack of cutting edge could possibly turn into something more serious for them.
So before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his input, and from us both, good afternoon.